As this COVID nonsense continues, I decided to make a few upgrades to my EDC firearm here to quell some boredom. Well, it's one of my EDC firearms. I have a bit of a rotation depending on the outfit of the day. My most used firearm here, my general inside the waist belt firearm here, is this Glock 26. But if I'm just wearing, like, say, swim shorts, I have a Ruger LCP2. And if I'm wearing a thicker jacket, I generally have my full-size P99. But I wanted to show you a couple of these upgrades that I made here, and specifically the one in the title is about the Lone Wolf slide plate that I got. And I wanted a custom slide plate for this Glock for a while because my full-size Glock 20C, I have a custom slide plate on there. It's not really custom, it's a different one, but it's just one like, oh, I like that design, it's the Gaston flag, so I got that. This is actually a custom one here, and I will go ahead and show you that right now. But first thing we're going to do is we're going to clear this firearm. And it is loaded in the magazine, but it is not loaded in the chamber. That being said, we'll get that out of the way, and I'm going to show you the custom slide plate that I got. So this is Lone Wolf's offering of their 3D custom slide plate. This isn't one you can just select off the site. I actually had to have a picture that I found from the internet, send it to Justin at Lone Wolf, and he was very quick about answering the emails even during this whole pandemic. And if you look, obviously it is the Flying Spaghetti Monster. A lot of people get some sort of religious psalm or a cross or some sort of motivational thing on their slide plates. That's a very popular one. And being the heathenistic atheist that I am, I was surprised that there was no Flying Spaghetti Monster one out there. So I had to have it custom made, and I did get this custom made. And I believe it was $29.95 to have this custom made. And that's not actually that terrible of a price when you think about the pre-printed designs. You can get them for usually between $12 and $18 for some of the pre-printed ones. This, it's not only pre-printed, or excuse me, it's not only printed, it's actually 3D. See if I can show you that. It's actually raised out of the aluminum slide plate here. So they had an option of it just being etched into the back of this aluminum slide plate, and I actually got it 3D printed. I'll tell you why. It's not because I particularly wanted the 3D, because it doesn't really make that much of a difference. It's because they had free shipping if over a certain amount, and the etched out picture was like $24.95, and the free shipping was at $25. So I spent the extra $5, got the 3D. Again, this is all textured in 3D, and then I had it shipped free. So if you've never actually done this, it's an incredibly easy thing to do. You just take the slide off your Glock, take your recoil spring out, take the barrel out, take your Glock tool, push down on this striker, take the pressure off of it, keep your thumb over everything so it doesn't go flying into oblivion, and this is what the plate actually looks like. And it is made out of solid aluminum. It is milled with a CNC machine. Again, I found this picture of the Flying Spaghetti Monster on the internet, and I sent it to Justin. He approved it. It can only be nothing obscene. It can be nothing copywritten. But I like the detail that actually went into this. If you look, you even see his little eyeballs there. Oh, that's so cute. So I'm very happy with this. The turnaround time, even getting this custom part here, was, I think, I think it was about the same as just ordering a part from them. It must have been such a quick process to mill this out real quick that it made no difference in the shipping time. So at most, I would say a day or two added to your order, but again, I didn't even really notice. But look, yeah, that detail is just really nice, and it comes in a variety of colors. You can get the bare aluminum. Blue's always been my favorite color. They have like green, orange, pink, all that. This is what it looks like. Now, of course, the regular Glock slide plate is plastic. These are aluminum. Does that make a difference? No. But if you're going to be milling something out of aluminum, I guess it just adds a little bit of class there. And this, again, I'll put it back in here. This is on my EDC gun because I am one that firmly does not buy into any of that. Hey, don't modify your carry gun because if you go to court, they're going to use that against you. I don't think so. I'm not particularly concerned, just like I'm not particularly concerned about ever carrying a 10mm or anything like that, or for home defense. I think it's a bunch of horse shit when they say, oh, it's going to be used against you in court. No, I'm not particularly concerned. So let me show you some of the other upgrades that I've done here. Let me put this back together. So I've used Lone Wolf in the past. I've always been a fan of their stuff. Typically, I would buy the extended slide release, or whatever Glock calls this particular part. Here, let me look at the mat. It is part number 21. What do they call it? The slide lock. They call this piece the slide lock, which I always thought was confusing because I always called this the slide lock. But Glock calls this, see, this mat is coming in all sorts of useful. Glock calls this 27 slide stop lever, slide lock, slide stop, whatever. I call this the slide lock, slide release. This is the takedown lever, in my opinion. I've used Lone Wolf before to get these extended chrome takedown levers, and because I did that, I figured, you know, I kind of like the look of having all these parts chrome. The small bit of chrome here is just enough bling to where it's not completely gaudy or over the top. But I have the chrome, like the trigger pin and the slide stop pin here, or whatever their names are, and the chrome slide release. I got those three things added. I color filled the G26 here with nail polish. It was color filled before, but it looked kind of bad because I got shitty nail polish. I have to study my nail polish a little bit more, especially when I'm going to be cross dressing and stuff, right? But anyway, yeah, I filled in this. This was white. I've always liked the white on just the Glock. If I ever filled in a Walther, I think I would do it in blue. But I did that, and I have these parts chromed out here. And the last upgrade I did was the Pierce XL magazine floor plate. So if we take a look here, there's the information on this. For the longest time, I was in the group where I'm like, nah, I'll keep the floor plate stock. Having the two fingers on the grip really didn't bother me. And then I'm like, why am I being so hard-headed about this? And I think one of the reasons I do like that extra third finger on there, even for this subcompact, was from the Glock, or not the Glock, from the H&K USP compact. That has a nice slim profile grip, but you can actually, it's a compact gun, but you can actually get that third finger on there. So it's almost like the Glock 19 size. Which then leads the argument, oh, why not just get the Glock 19? Maybe. I don't think I would have a particular problem with the Glock 19, but I have the 26, so here we are. Yeah, and also the Glock is longer in the grip in general, whereas this is only longer in the grip here this little bit. But yeah, I added the extended magazine floor plate here. Now I can get the third finger on there. So again, color fill. I stainlessed out the pins, the magazine, the floor plate, and the Flying Spaghetti Monster slide plate here. And that's the upgrades that I did. So thumbs up to Lone Wolf for their service where you can send in a picture and get whatever you want instead of just the pre-made options. Get whatever sort of thing you want on your slide plate. You don't need any of that religious nonsense in there. And how quick it was, how quick the turnaround was. Like I said, it was almost the same as just ordering anything else. And this is during the world's ending COVID pandemic, so I really can't complain about that. So if you want to bling up your carry piece just a little bit without looking gaudy, I think that's a good option. So, all right, thanks for watching this video. I hope it was informative on if you're thinking about a custom Glock slide plate. Take a look at Lone Wolf. All right, thanks for watching, guys. Take it easy.